So I'm thinking to make my life slightly easier. One thing I could potentially do is add a variable to each of our rooms that basically lock the camera. So like we're in a room that should have a locked camera, we'll just do it. That way I don't have to like edit each of these rooms to be a specific size. Because like right now I have to make sure that each of these rooms are 23 tiles wide, or 23 tiles tall, and it's a little tedious. But another thing I could do is if we make it somewhat shorter than 23 tiles, there's going to be some exposed tile or like exposed parallax backgrounds. What we could do is when we first instance our game is we can add extra tile. Like we'll determine what the that's actually pretty interesting. Oh yeah. So it's kind of hard to see, but on the bottom here, there's actually some exposed background. So yeah, what we could theoretically do is just add some extra tiles on the bottom in case there is some exposure. And what's nice about this is that I plan on adding like an animation for when we switch into rooms. So like basically we would start here and then the camera would move over to this side. But the thing is, if this room is on a different level than this room, so like if we look at our room here, if we look here, you'll see that this one is like a few pixels higher. When you switch from this room to this room, the limit gets changed so that some of this area gets exposed for like a split second. And it's not really noticeable to like someone who just starts playing the game, but if you're playing it for a long time, you might notice it. So yeah, we could do that. Another thing that I'm thinking is that we could also just add this this background here. That also save us some trouble. We would basically just make a different background. But I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, it could work either way. I'll probably do it by, let me think here. So I mean, if we added 10 tiles to each room, I think that would be fine. That'd be good enough. I think that's what we'll do. All right, let's get to it. Where do we start? So we're going to start with our room. I think I'm going to create a new tile map altogether. It's going to be black. Another thing, I don't know actually. We could just duplicate this one here, but it'd kind of be a waste because we only need one tile. So yeah, let's just make a new one. We'll call this filler tile map. Let me see if I have any black textures. Black. Nope. Let's make one. give it a second. There we go. So yeah, this is going to be an 8x8. It's literally just going to be this. So let's export that. Put it here. No. Put it. Alright, so I think we'll run this in our rooms. Basically, all I'm going to do is at the borders here at the top and at the bottom, we're going to add a second auto tile. We'll put it, I don't like how we have it under decor, but honestly, it might not be a bad idea. Another thing we could do is add a, the only thing is we don't actually have, yeah, we'll just add it in decor. Originally, it would have been nice to create all these scenes with a tile map node, so like instead of having decor right here, I just have another node, but whatever. It is what it is. So let's do this. Our filler. Alright, so we already have the max, like we already have all of our bounds, so all I really have to do here, I'm just curious, is our max bound, position max y, yeah, max y is, okay, on the bottom. So what we'll do here is we'll make another function called fill borders. And what we'll do in fill borders is we're going to do, let's grab a reference to decor on ready. And then over here we'll do decor dot add child. You're going to create another variable, and I think we'll keep it here as well. Var decor, or say filler tile map. Yeah, I should call this filler tile map. I like to add the word node. Filler tile map node is equal to filler tile map path dot instance, and then filler tile map node. Okay. All right, and then from here, since we've already calculated our bounds, and I think this is done, yeah, in the parent here, we can just say we're gonna grab our max. We want to grab our max y and our max x, and then add 10 to that. So let's just do it for the first one. We'll do the top first. So I don't want to do this. We want to like iterate through. Okay, so let's try this. We'll grab our max height, so that's, let's do this too, var current cell. We also want to grab our border, or we want to grab our max y, and we also want to grab the length of our room, which is typically going to be, I mean, we could actually record it here. I think that might be a good idea. I mean, technically, max x gives us our border, so we could technically just use max x. How do we want to do this? Yeah. So let's do this. And actually, I'm going to do this instead. And what we want to do here is set cell V . Set cell V of X and Y, and and 0. The only thing is, actually, this would start from the origin, so we want to make sure that we actually start at the border height. So what we'll do is we'll actually say max, since we're grabbing, we're doing the top first, so we'll do min y, and we'll go up as we're doing that. Min y minus x. And actually, we might want to start at x equals 1. Oh, we'll leave it the way it is for now. And then we're going to want to do the same exact thing for the bottom. Except this time we'll do max y. Oh, wait. Whoops. This should be y. And yeah. Alright, so it's going to be kind of hard to tell if this works. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to change this to a white color, so that's more noticeable, because like half of our game is black, so it'd be hard to see. Alright, so this should work as it is right now. For x and max x, for y and border height, filler set cell, vector 2 x, min y minus y, and 0, and then filler tile map set cell. Okay, yeah. That should be it. I'm gonna set, we might have to manipulate the z index, but we'll see. My Xbox controller turned off. So nothing has happened yet. You can still, it's kind of hard to see, but on the bottom here, yeah, we still got that exposed background. So let me see something. First, I'm going to change the z index of this to just turn it to 10, just in case it's like overlapping anything. And I'm gonna push ourselves to that room. Whoops. Which one was that? I think it was, yeah, it should be this one. Yeah, so nothing's happening at all just yet. Let's see. Oh, it could be because our cell size is way too big. We do want to put this on 8. Kind of doubt that's the problem, but that is an issue. Alright, so nothing yet. Let's actually see if this even exists. floats on that node. Dot get you cells. And yep. All right, so our U cells are 0, negative 129, 1, negative 129, 2, negative 129. Okay, so I think it's because it's grabbing its local values, or it's grabbing. Let me see. No, it is grabbing the correct. Okay, so it's actually grabbing what I believe is the max pixels rather than the max, like the actual cell. So we could do global position to cell. The only thing that is kind of weird is that these numbers are like odd. So like we're at negative 129, and negative 129 is like, oh, it's actually correct. No, yeah, it should be in increments of 8. So I'm wondering maybe we're like off by 1 pixel here. Yeah, it should be local values either way. Maybe we could just update that somewhere here. It's grabbing, yeah, these are just, yeah, these are global values. Wait, 129. Yeah, it's weird that it's saying negative 129 because it's always in increments of 8. Oh, and this should actually be Y here. Wait, max. Oh no, never mind. All right, yeah. This should actually be divided by 8 here. That was the issue. I mean, it still didn't fix. We're still not getting it, but let's see what happens when we die here. So we're getting 0, negative 24, 1, negative 24, 2, negative 24, and so on. And it should go. The next one should be, let's see, 97, negative 24. So it seems. Okay, yeah. I see what's going on here. Well, sort of. Well, one, this should also be divided by 8. X for max X, yeah. We're gonna want to do for max X divided by 8. And that way we could actually leave X alone. I still don't think this would. It's not technically solving the issue, unless maybe we're messing up somewhere here. Let's just try it. So we go from negative 23, from negative 24 to negative 23. We should be going from negative 23 to negative 25. If I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah. So I wonder why that's happening. Because if we were to add it, oh, it must be that actually max y and min y are actually flipped. This was a mistake on my part. I should really fix these variable names. I think that's what the issue is. Because like on a grid, usually like you negatively go upwards and positively go downwards. So I think that might be the issue here. But let's see. We start at 0, negative 15, all the way, and then we go to negative 14. Oh no, I get. It just it grabs our used cells from top to bottom. So that's actually not the issue. Maybe I did have it right originally. Hey, how's it going, Mildon? Yeah, I think this was right originally. I have to trust my past self. We could print out these values. It's just weird that they're not even showing up just yet. I'm gonna try hiding the auto tile, just so we can see what's going on. Maybe we will see it in the game. But we actually don't see anything at all. So it makes me wonder, maybe... Let's actually look at that room again. Set cell V of x max y divided by 8 plus y. This is... Let me see what those values were again. Alright, so our topmost node is 0, negative 24. If we look at our room here, let's see what 0, negative 24 is. That's all the way up here. And then it should go all the way down to 0, negative 16. But actually, we wouldn't even see this. We would only see what's on the bottom because our bounds have already been like predetermined. So the bottom is like what we're mainly concerned with, at least for this room. Another thing I could do just to make sure that we are seeing the correct thing is I'll remove some extra layers. That should help us a bit. Alright, so yeah, you'll see there's like some extra space down here. Our top is already like predetermined what our bounds are going to be right there. So now it's just a matter of figuring out why it's not being placed. On the bottom, at least. The top seems to be fine from the print statements, but I don't actually see, like, it's too much stuff to be printed out, so, oh, you know what is really weird, though, is that we're going from, oh no, this must just be a different room. I need to stop closing this room because I have to keep looking at those numbers. What I could do is, right here, I'm just going to print out what these are. Alright, so we got a lot of stuff printed, but we start at 06. 06 is... Yeah, we start at 06, and it should keep going down. Weird thing is that as long as we hit 1716, it should be good, which it is. So, it must be that... I don't know, maybe the square is not showing up properly? Let's see. No, it should show up. What could it be? What could it be? Set LV 0. Let's just make sure filler tile map. This node here. Oh, so this is actually set to 1. It's probably because we deleted it and then added another one. So, okay, yeah. So all we have to do here is just set this to 1. Usually it starts at 0, but because we created two tiles, and then I deleted one, I guess it doesn't like reset its name. So yeah, now it should work. Yeah, there we go. Okay. But yeah, this is not exactly what we want, and we have to make sure that it also hits this side here. And yeah, it hits the top two. Alright, so let's go back to our room here and add these tiles again. I think we had it like that. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, it's missing this final one, so what we'll do here is we're just going to add 1. And we could actually go back. We'll set this back to 0. I'm going to put a black tile instead. So the main reason why I'm doing this is it's low key because I'm kind of lazy. Either like our only two options was either to make it like design our rooms to fit our game's resolution, or to make it just smaller than our game's resolution and then fill up the rest of the world. That way I don't have to like worry about it. And it also helps when we transition between rooms. There'll be no like leaking out rooms, if that makes sense. So now it looks perfectly seamless. Like technically there are no tiles right here. Actually there might be. Yeah. There's no tile right here, but we placed one, and we actually go way above the limit. Like right now it's it's like 10 tiles high, so that's basically 100 pixels worth of like extra space. We don't really need that. I'll probably actually lower it to, I don't know, what can we do? Right now it's 10. We'll do 5. Yeah, and that's it. So the next thing that we'd probably want to do is add like a dynamic moving camera. This is something I did before. I don't know what made me change, but let's see. Oh yeah, the reason why was because we had the camera smoothing doesn't work properly on perfect pixel art. So this is actually something I need to Google before I start working on. Camera smoothing for Godot. So apparently it happens because our FPS is too high, but I don't think that's it's saying because my monitor refresh rate is too high, but I honestly think it's because we're using like the perfect pixel art. We can easily try to disprove that right now. Is if I run it on my second monitor, which I think is running at like 45 FPS or something like that. Maybe it's 60. It's like a VGA cable, so it can't go that high. Alright, I would have
Hello
to
and welcome.
Would have to watch this video. Let me see what he does here.
Start the game. So error, I would have to round those values or live with the fact that it's not pixel perfect anymore. But it also has advantages like high resolution text in Chinese pixel line platformer that is 80 by 45. And we also set the viewport.
Alright, so he's using a viewport container,
mode
which is what
values. The subpixel value will be sent to the shader that moved the image by that amount, creating the illusion of smooth motion. The first thing we need to do,
Alright, so this is going to take too much time. I don't want to bore you guys with me watching a tutorial. I'm probably going to do it, like research it off stream, and then I'll do that later. So for now, I'm just going to do some more level design. That was actually the original plan with the stream, and then I got a little carried away. So yeah, like all of these rooms, I think I'm gonna make this shorter, make this shorter. Only thing is that it gets bounded to the top, and so what I think I want to do is make sure that we bound our camera to the middle. So like even if it's this wide, also I need to change this. Change it to that. So yeah, and I think we already do this. Well, I kind of wrote some code for it. So yeah, like I keep saying I'm going to do level design, and then I find another problem that we need to, we basically need to address. And that's if our room is too small, we want to make sure that we set the camera bounds to be in the center here. So yeah, let's do that. Let's go here. And we run this in the move camera? Remove camera. Yeah, right here. So yeah, limit top is basically our max node positions. What we'll do instead is first we're gonna grab the min y and min x. Well, I think what we could do is say if min y plus min x is, if the difference between those two values is less than 180 pixels, then we're going to set the limit top to be the center of that. Only thing is, I'm trying to figure out how we would do that. Min y, because technically, like some of our rooms are like pretty inconsistent. Sometimes they're like, let me see if I can find an example. I mean, even in this room, like you can see here, I don't start at the origin. Like sometimes it's like way below the origin, sometimes it's way above. I could theoretically start above, like up here, and save it as a room, and it'd be all messed up. Ideally, I should have, like, from the start, maybe I should have started from the origin and like worked upwards or worked downwards. But it kind of just made sense for me to start. Actually, I'm actually happy with the way we went with it, because I don't know, it allows for more freedom. I don't have to ever worry about, like, you know, starting up here. So we'll just have to work around that. I'm just trying to think. We could just grab the height. Like we can grab our max. Let me see. Negative 128 and 64. We would have to subtract. Technically, it's 128 plus 64, and that's our distance. And if we started all the way on the top, oh wait, yeah, that would work. Negative, whatever our value is, we just subtract that from the other one, and that would give us our distance. So let me just see, negative 120. Let me just make sure my logic. I'm not a mathematician. I apologize. So negative 100 minus negative 50. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that would work. So yeah, we just grab our max y minus our min y, or min y minus our max y, and that would give us our distance. So let's go back. We could do this. We'll create a variable for this. So we'll say var room height is equal to 0. Var room width is equal to 0. We'll just say room height is equal to the absolute value of our min y minus max y. And same with room width. Alright, so that'll give us our distance. Then over here, what we could do, basically we'll just check what our max distance is, and if it's less than 180, or if it's less than 180, then we'll set our node, our camera position, or our limits, just to equal the middle of those two values, or we could just set it to the center. No, yeah, we would just grab the minimum value, and yeah, we'd grab the center of that value. Okay. So let's do that. So if node dot min, or what was it? What do we call it? I already forgot. Room width, room height. We'll say if it's greater than or equal to 180, then we'll run this. Technically, we can keep these here. And what we'll say is our limit top will be, well, it'll still be our node position, but we want to add, let me think about this. Node position. We want to center it. Would it be our room? I think it would be our room height divided by 2. The thing is, it would grab our node. Technically, I think what we'll want to do is actually grab our max y and subtract 80 from that, or subtract 90 from that. And I'm trying to think about the math involved. So we don't want it centered on the main node. We want it centered on the bounds of the room. So yeah, we would have to grab, we'll say limit top is equal to min y no, let me think. I don't think that's right. Look at our room. Alright, so if we want it centered here, how the hell would we do that? Ideally, it should be centered here. Not ideally. Ideally, it should be centered on the entire room. But how do we do that? Oh, I got it. Do I have it? We would grab the center. So wait, actually, yeah. We would grab the center, which is min node plus Alright, we're gonna try this out. I think it'll be room height divided by 2. Plus 90. Same here. But minus 90. No. Wait. If our room height is equal to 180, or greater than or equal to 180, we're doing that. Let me see. Let's look at another room just to make sure we're not messing up our if statements. Alright, yeah, so this room is fine, and then yeah, once we go into this room, so I guess we're messing up our heights here. Let's see it. Room height. Room height is 176. So it's not 180. Oh, so this room is actually... Is it smaller? Smaller than the required amount. Thought I drew this room correctly. Let's go back. We could try just doing 178, but I mean, even if this was wrong, even if it is 176, it should have done it correctly. Like it should have set up the room positioning correctly either way. So, yeah. Trying to think here. Well, let me just see this room first. So 180 divided by 8, that's 22 point... Oh, I guess... One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Oh fuck! I think this is 23. Maybe we'll set it to 176. Or what was that? What was that value? Yeah, 176. So let's go back here. Actually, it doesn't make sense why it's 176, because we're only using tiles that are 8 by 8. Oh, it does make sense. Yeah, and then in this room, this is where it's wrong. Let me see what happens if I restart. No. Okay. So let's go back here. So else limit top is equal to, okay, the reason why, no, let me see. Node position plus room height, so, okay, so the issue here is that we actually don't know what the center node is. We can't just use room height. We would have to grab what's the center between, the top node and the bottom node. Let me think here. maybe. Maybe this will still work. Yep. Deep chair swings. Alright, so we're getting close. Like, it could theoretically... Like, I know a simple way to fix this, but I don't want the simple way. I want the best way. We could just grab the room center. I think that might work. So wait, let me see. In this particular case, which room are we in? This room here. We're at -104, and then this is 72. Yeah, we could just grab the center node of these. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not a... Like I said, I'm not a mathematician. I think people assume that, like, programmers are good at math. I mean, I'm sure there are people that are good at math, but math, I don't think it's my strong suit. So we'll do... we'll actually make another variable here, and we'll call it room center. Now I'm just thinking. Technically, we're always dealing with like negative values or positive. Like we're negative here and positive here. So that's another issue. Oh my god. How would we? We could use our tile map. I don't know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, there's more to the gameplay. I just haven't been showcasing that right now. We're like trying to figure out how to like ideally place the camera. And I mean, we could have figured it out, but I mean, it wouldn't be an issue if I designed all of my rooms the same way. The issue is that like all of my rooms are different. So I'm like, instead of redesigning each of my rooms, I'm just writing code to like make up for that. So like, you know, this room, a typical room size follows the resolution of our game, which is 320 by 180. But then a room like this is a lot larger than 320 by 180. Or it's like, it's still 320, but it's like 320 by 1000 or 320 by 2000 or something like that. And then there's some rooms that are like 400 by 500 or something like that. So yeah, there's like a lot of different rooms, and I want to make sure the camera moves correctly for each of those types of rooms. That's what we're trying to solve right now. And right now, grabbing the room center. We can't literally just grab the room height. We could technically just grab the room height, but it would be centered on the node position rather like on the node origin rather than based on the tile map, and I don't want that. So wait, isn't there a formula for that? What's it called? grab the center between 2 points. Oh, it's just x1, x2. Is that really all? Oh my god. We're having a slow day today. It is just the average. Room center y equals min y plus max y divided by 2. So then all we have to do here what did I call it? Room center y. There we go. It's such a subtle difference. Nothing's really changed too much, but this allows me to just make smaller rooms without having to worry about our camera bounds. And then for this room, yeah, everything should be the same. We could also do this for the x-axis. It has to be a little bit more. There are going to be like a bunch more if statements that I need to check for, because like if there's a room to the right, we want to make sure that we're not adding that filler tile map. So I'll have to do that, but I'm not going to worry about it just yet. I'm not going to worry about it just yet because I don't actually have any rooms that do that. But it's not a bad idea. All right, so. See now. Yeah, so now I have to like redesign all of these rooms. It's something that I'm like dreading. I still have to fix this room here. I basically want to make our first few rooms basically just divided into smaller rooms. I don't think I want to do that right now. Let me see how long I've been streaming. About an hour. Damn, I really wanted to start streaming longer, like 2 to 3 hours. It's just that like I don't find level design fun. I'd rather program stuff, but there's not much left to program besides the camera smoothing and like polishing mechanics, but that's also going to take some time. So yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream here, and I'll hopefully I'm going to start another stream hopefully when I get back. Just like strictly dedicated to level design. Hopefully we'll bang that out quickly. Alright, thank you everyone. I'll see ya.